Hello friends, welcome in Rayat Shikshan Sanstha's ROSE project, that is Rayat Online School Education, presented by Mr. Sontake JD from Chhatrapati Shivaji College, Satara. Friends, today we are going to take information about 2.6 Money, the poem, and its appreciation. What is an appreciation? An appreciation is the knowing of the good qualities of a poem, to understand and enjoy the poem in a better way. Now, let's take information about marking scheme about this question. See friends, this question carries for 4 marks, and 4 marks are divided in this way. 2 marks are for appropriateness of theme and language features. This question or this activity, especially if you write theme properly and all language features, you may get 2 marks. Explanation and presentation. If you explain appreciation of the poem in a better way and if you present it well, you may get 1 mark. And personal opinion and evaluation, this carries 1 mark. So altogether you can get 4 marks here. Now, where is this question in the question paper? Now, answer. Appreciation is in question number 3B. Now, points for appreciation. See, what you are to write in an appreciation. So, all these points should be included. First one, about the poem, poet, and title. Next point is the theme of the poem. Next is language, style, poetic devices. Then you have to write special features of the poem. And followed by you have to give moral or the message of the poem. And at the last you are to write my opinion of the poem. Now see, about the poem, poet and title. Poem. The poem Money deals around the conception that real happiness is not there in being rich, but in being content. So this poem is about this type of idea about poet. The poet William H. Davies was a Welsh poet and a writer. He talks about 2 times in the poem, that is, when he had money and when he had no money. He traveled in the UK and the USA. He lived a simple life. The title is apt and attractive. The title indicates the attraction of the poor and the rich simultaneously. Means at the same time, this title can be attracted by or the poor and the rich, both people from these categories are attracted towards this title. That is, money is loved by all alike. Theme of the poem. The central theme of the poem is the bad effect of money on the behavior of the people. That is, when you have much money, you are generally a bad person. But if you have no money, you can be happier. you can be a good person. When a man has money, he has many friends. That's true. But when he has no money, he has less friends. But at the same time, he has real happiness. Because real happiness is there in contentment. So, this is the theme of the poem. Language, style, poetic devices. Simple language. In this poem, friends, poet has used simple language with day-to-day examples. So this style of poet makes this poem very close to our hearts. 5 stanzas with 4 lines. In this poem is divided into 5 stanzas with 4 lines in each stanza, and the poem is full of figures of speech and rhyme schemes. Figures of speech like simile, repetition, alliteration, antithesis, onomatopoeia, etc. are found in the poem. Figures of speech. Simile. The poet has compared poor men's wives to the bees. Here he has used simile. The poet tells that lack of money is not lack of happiness. The poor men laugh and rich frown. To express this point, he has used antithesis figure of speech. Means poor and rich, these two opposite words are included there. Repetition of the word money expresses how the men give importance to the money. This type of figures of speech are found in the poem. Now, special features from the poem. The poet has used day-to-day examples. This makes the poem special. Examples of child playing with trumpet. Everywhere children play. They want to play with musical instruments or toys. So this type of day-to-day activity is included there in the poem. Humming like bees. Generally people sing, women sing. Poor ones laugh always, etc. make the poem very close to one and all. Moral or message of the poem. Real happiness is there in contentment. This is the moral we get or the message we get from the poem. Contentment is the best happiness, it is said in English. And generally people have misconception that money gives happiness. But friends, this is not the truth. Poor can be happier. Actually, they don't have money, but still they enjoy the real happiness. So money has nothing to do with happiness. This type of message we get from the poem. My opinion about the poem. I personally like this poem very much as it gives us a clear idea that we should not run after money if we want to be happy. Means if you have money, there is no guarantee that you may be happy. So we should not run after money and spoil our present. Whatever condition we are in, we should be happy in. We can be happier whatever situation we are in. Contentment is the best happiness. Now, I have provided you model of appreciation. How you are exactly to write appreciation. So this type of one example is given here of the same poem, Money. William H. Davies was a Welsh poet and a writer. In his poem, Money, he speaks of both times, when he had money and when he had no money. Davis went to the UK and the USA and he led a poor life. He has seen rich and poor life also. Now, theme. The theme of the poem is the bad effect of money on the behavior of people. There are many friends around you if you have money. There is real happiness in poverty also. Contentment is the best happiness. This type of theme we found in the poem. In this slide, language, style, poetic device will take information about this. The poet has used simple language and given day-to-day examples to convey his thoughts. The poem is divided into 5 stanzas with 4 lines in each. The lines are full of figures of speech, rhyme scheme, making this poem beautiful. The poet has used simile, repetition, antithesis, alliteration, onomatopoeia, etc. figures of speech. Figures of speech. The poet has used simile in the line where he compares the poor man's wives humming like bees, or the poet tells us that lack of money is not lack of happiness. The poor people laugh and rich ones frown. He feels that rich people must be poor to enjoy the real taste of happiness. To convey this thought, he has used figure of speech antithesis. Repetition of the word money expresses how the men give importance to the money. This type of figures of speech we find in this poem. Special features. The poem Money deals with money and the happiness. Money is necessity, but it's not only thing we should run after. To make this poem easy for the readers to understand, the poet has used various day-to-day examples of child playing with trumpet, humming like bees, poor ones laughing always, etc. make the poem very close to one and all. Moral or message of the poem. Certainly, the poem gives a clear message that real happiness is there in contentment. If you are not content or satisfied, then being rich also, you will always be unhappy. And next message we get is, this is general conception that only money gives happiness, but in reality, being in poverty also, one can be happier than ever. My opinion about the poem. I personally like this poem very much, as it gives us a clear idea that we should not run after money. If we want to be happy, we can be happier whatever situation we are in. Contentment is the best happiness. Thank you, friends.